the dimensions of the universe. Who had asked me last time? Was it? Is there somebody by name Shruti in the team? Someone by name Shruti had asked this question, if I remember right. Okay. Maybe she can go through the... You are recording this, ma'am? Lalita Garu? Are you recording?
Yes, sir. I just started. Yeah.
Okay, right. So basically, right, this picture is not readable. So anyway, I'm going to send this as a version to you. You people can read. There are totally 12 dimensions of our existence. Okay. The first being the unconscious dimension, the subconscious, and then coming to the physical dimension. That is where our existence today happens to be in various stages of consciousness, right? So, what are these 12 dimensions is what I will be able to cover today. Okay? That's the idea. Okay. And here also, I won't start going from the third dimension to the 12th dimension, but I will start at the 12th dimension and come down to the third dimension. I have rehearsed it. It takes about 50 minutes or so. Is that okay with everyone?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Maybe 45 minutes or so. Right. So let us first define. Imagine in your situation, I mean, to understand this, I would request everyone to imagine a structure of a corporate organization. Everyone understands a corporate organization? Yes?
Yes.
Very good. Right? So here we will consider a three-tiered corporate organization. Top management, middle management, and the ground level execution, the team that is executing. So just three levels. Right? So let us start understanding what happens. Okay, the other division that we need to understand is third and fourth level is the ground reality. At the ground level, the executives at the ground level, like we are all the executives at the ground level in the physical earth. Okay. Fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth forms the middle management organization, the individual departments, etc., etc. Okay. Then you have the top management. Typically, in an organization, what is the responsibility of a top management? Defining the
Objectives and goals.
the objectives and goals, ensuring that the objectives and goals are being steered and managed.
Yes.
And within that, they are doing the account balancing, the legal balancing, and all those activities, and so on, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
they can be
So
achieved.
policies, procedures, guidelines, and the high level 200,000 feet view of the implementation strategies. So far, we are all able to create that picture in our mind, I presume. Okay, now let's go. What is the organization structure within the top management, wherein we have got 12th dimension, 11th dimension, and 10th dimension. 12th dimension is the location of all that is. How do we understand with the last session? There we spoke about a big bang and a realm of permanence getting created.
Yes.
right? Before the
There.
realm of permanence, you had the realm of intelligence, and above that we said is Shiva, or the ultimate oneness.
Mm.
Correct. This top management entire layer can be imagined to be the realm of intelligence. Intelligence here means light. We are all light bodies. Clear? We are only defining, right? Now, there is no separation of any kind. At the top management, it is the organization, correct? They don't say, I am from legal department, I am from so and so department, and so on. No one says that, right? So, there is no separation of any kind. If you tap into this level, you know yourself to be completely one with all that is the creative force. You are creating the organization as a team. Okay? Right? Now, if you tap in there, you will never be the same again, because once you have gone to the top management wanting to come and work as a junior level programmer somewhere, is it possible? And from the given required efficiency levels, etc., you are nowhere close to what is required. So you will never be able to, because you have experienced the complete unity, you will not be able to show functional loyalty. Because what is the difference between the two? A huge degree of separation. Are you all with me? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Right? So this is what is the CEO. At the CEO or MD, this is what it is. Right? Then let us go one level below, the 11th dimension. 11th dimension is that of preformed light. This is the point before actual separation is happening, or you are going to start defining the structure. At this point, from the CEO, there is a desire to start a new venture, let us say. Right? So, this is the beginning point, which is coming to one level below, and a state of exquisite expectancy is there. Beautiful hanky dory. You're not imagining the challenges at this point. You're only imagining what you want to create. Just like the moment before a sneeze over an organism. That means this is the point at which the release of a high level thought is going to start. What is the thought? To create something. It is not a, this is just more like a desire getting expressed. I want to create this. Okay, now it is the realm of being known as Metatron, or end of archangels and other akashics for the source system. For the system that is going to effectively create what has been envisaged by the topmost level, the creator, right? This becomes the area where it is getting broken down, the high level plan is being put together, what should it contain, etc. That kind of a scenario is getting created in the 11th dimension. There are planetary akashics. That means in this source system, they have identified some components. Each of them is going to have the operational blue book, let us say. Okay. If there are any questions, definitely ask me. Okay. Is there a question?
So that means like here in this level, we are trying, I mean, like we are ready to break from that
Not yet.
12th.
We are not yet ready. The top management is putting together what it wants created, giving the specifications of that, etc.
Oh, okay, okay.
You're still not come out to the creative mode, right? You're just,
So
this
they
is
are making us getting
plans.
ready.
They are actually creating the plan
Okay.
of defining
Mhm.
what is this, etc. They have not yet come to the stage of how it is going to be done. Only the what is being specified.
Got it.
Okay, right? Now, there are, now Akashics are, let us assume the Akashics to be the records of the shape, the thoughts, the plan, everything. Okay? Yeah, who's this? Question from novice. Nobody is a novice here. All of us are learning alongside. Who's the top management? The top management is the creator and its support team in an organization. Suppose you are working in a corporate organization. Who is the top management? There is a team, right? Likewise, this is a team which is going to administer the universe. Universe is what they are creating. Are you with me? Okay. Every time I have to see there is going to be difficult. Someone can just monitor the messages that we are getting. Okay. Right.
Yes.
So, right. Now they are defining the structure of that, saying
So
that there is going to be a cosmos. Yeah. Yes, please.
it says like she's asking you are referring to a soul plan relation.
No, not at this point in time. First, I am talking about the various dimensions, various functions or structure of the universe. I am starting from the top, coming down. I am not going bottom up because it becomes complicated for you to ring fence the entire approach. Okay, right. It will come to the soul plan ultimately. It is not yet here. They are creating how people are going to deliver the objective of the universe. We will come to that. Okay. So you have a structure, you have got a lot of archangels, etc. The team, a team would be required to create that. Okay, you may call them archangels or spirit guides and so on and so forth. Doesn't matter. At this point, don't complicate, don't go beyond what I am saying. Just keep it simple. Okay. Now, there are planetary Akashic records, galactic Akashic records, as well as Akashic record for an entire source system. We have not yet defined the structure that goes into the components of the organization. But at a high level, one or two organization names we have taken for the entire source, the entire plan. Let us say it is a 5-year plan that is getting created. Over the 5 years, we have to achieve all this. Okay, that debate is going on. You are in one source system of many. At the ground level, we happen to be at one of the source system of many. So, we are giving you a description of only one source system. So, from those many source systems, which is part of the organization plan, right? It wants to do software development, it wants to do hardware manufacturing, it wants to do components assembly, it wants to do license management, it wants to do products creation, it wants to create operating system. All these are the individual components an organization can do, right? You take Microsoft as an example. Microsoft has got a hardware division, it has got a services division, it has got a this cloud offerings division. All of them are part of like a galaxy. Okay? We are taking one organization structure to understand the entire concept. Is everyone able to relate to what I am saying? If there is a confusion, then I will change the model.
No
Any
confusion.
responses? No confusion. Very good. I am happy. Right? So now, okay. So now what they have done, they have identified the sub-blocks of the organization at the top level. Okay. Right? If you go to another source system, another organization, you will experience what you will experience will be different, obviously. So we will restrict ourselves to the solar system that we are going to be part of, which we will blow up. Okay. This is what is done in the 11th system. What is this? Thank you. Okay. Right. If you go into another, obviously, right? If you are working in one part of the organization, the other part is going to be Greek and Latin to you. Okay. Right? This is what is being done. So now what we have seen that there is a organization. That organization is getting broken down into multiple components, and right, what it could potentially contain, and what are all the supporting mechanisms that are required to run them. They are at a high level being conceptualized. Okay. Now let us go one level below. The lowest end of the top level. The lowest end, the third one. What is that? This is the source of the rays. That means there is a little bit of more details that is emerging. You are breaking down into some more of the structure. What are home of what are called Elohim? This is Eloha and all those, but that's not important. Let us see. This is where new plans of creation are designed and then sent to creation level. That means what the top management, in the top management, level 1 is thought of creating the creation band, from the creation band in terms of a little bit of defining the structures, and that structure now getting created into a lot more clarity. Some specifications of what are the departments, etc., is getting done. This is also not at the ground level. It is at the level that, but they are having a full view into what all it is going to contain. But unfortunately, they have to follow the rule of giving flexibility to each department and that kind of decentralized structure of an organization. So far, everyone clear? We are now entering the middle management, right? Here, uh, this is from a soul perspective. We will touch upon it later. Okay. Now we are coming from the 10th dimension. We are coming to the highest level of the department. These are all, either if it is a business unit, it is the business unit head, or we will take, because we are taking one organization out of the entire structure, we are going to take the organization. We are going to take the organization pertaining to its own departmental level. In the 9th level, what are we doing in the 9th level? The 9th dimension is the plane of collective consciousness of all the components. The legal department, the HR department, the CXO range, right? We are talking about the management at that level, containing of planets, star systems, galaxies, and dimensions. This is tier 2 top layer. Okay. In this dimension, it can be difficult to remain conscious. In other words, you cannot be aware of everything that is happening. You may be driven to know only about quality control. Right? You may not know how manufacturing is actually taking place, but you know to touch and feel and say, oh, this is a mistake that is happening, this quality does not meet the requirement, and so on and so forth. Right? Once again, it's very difficult to get a sense of I, because you cannot segregate yourself and say, I am completely separate. I am separate at a group level. I am separate at a quality control, I am separate at a manufacturing, I am separate at a inventory control, and so on and so forth. Are you able to create that image in the mind? Yeah, very good. Right? Every life form, every star, planet, and group, mind of every species is within you. That means you are department management ready. You don't know which role you are going to take. In terms of the definition of the 35 qualities also, you can take a mixture of them and manage them. Because at this level, that is what is required. Okay? Are you able to relate? I want someone to say yes, no, or all right. Even the third one is okay.
Sir,
Okay?
sir, I have a question here.
Yes.
So here
Yes.
in this the 10th level, uh, it's like kind of Brahma creating the um,
Yes. Creating the Indraloka. First, they have to create the
okay,
Indraloka, right?
okay,
Or Devaloka. Not Indraloka. Indraloka is again specific. This is Devaloka. They
okay,
have put the departments together at a high level, and they have
okay,
said this loka, that loka, and all. They are just creating the lokas.
okay, okay, got it. And then in the
Okay.
9th dimension, they are like
No, we'll see. We'll
putting
see. I have
the.
not yet opened the ninth dimension. I will not go till I open it.
Oh, you just said
Okay.
the right.
So we are now coming to the ninth dimension. 10th dimension, they have defined that loka, but the people who are going to head the loka is going to be cross skilled.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. In the absence of Surya, Chandra, probably Indra will be able to play that role. So people in the 10th dimension are at Indra's level. He should be able to replicate himself as something else also. Multidisciplinary management capability.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Now let us go to the next level. Eighth dimension is of group mind or group soul. This is where the level 2 of separation is happening. Okay. And is where you would touch base with the vaster part of who you are. In the sense, you are now vast, right? You are huge, but not as huge as the above level. He is referring to a situation where he has taken the approach of upward movement, starting with the ground reality. We are taking the other one so that the picture becomes clear. Okay. So it is characterized by there is no separation of I, right? At the middle management also, they are the organization. Okay. Now, when you travel multidimensionally, you are also capable of managing other departments, remember, right? This is the plane where you would have most of the trouble keeping your consciousness together. So today I'm going to handle legal department. So what do I need to be ready with when I'm managing the legal department? Or I need to be manufacturing, my core is something else maybe, but I am interdisciplinary ready. Or at a coder level, I am ready to code in Pascal, I'm ready to code in Rascal also. right? Or something else that is going to come up, the R, etc. Or maybe right from COBOL till these, all the various languages that have come up. I am also ready to do the coding at the assembly language level. That is the capability of the people in the ninth and eighth dimension, right? So you will travel, but it takes time to collect yourself together to make yourself ready. So when it is coming to administering multiple departments, traveling other places and all, you may take some time to identify where you are, etc. Right? You are pure we. You are pure we. It is not I. We. Operating with group goals. So the management has broken down and said the group, manufacturing department ka group hai, iska group hai, uska group hai. All these individual groups are being assigned their targets. Okay. And when you go to the new place, you are going to feel a little bit out of place initially. So that is what he is saying. Now you are coming one level below. Some more granularity is getting created now. Seventh dimension is that of pure creativity, pure light, pure tone, pure geometry. That means whatever was envisioned has now come up to the stage of giving specification at the high level component level. Are you able to relate to that? Let us say that this is a company which is into construction, or it is, we said manufacturing, right? So if it is a manufacturing plant, they are now able to think in terms of the shape of the product, what screws, what nuts, what bolts, right? What type of boards to assemble, all that is being put together, but at the high level. Okay. It is a plane of infinite refinement and the last plane where you perceive yourself as individual. If you are coming, that means this is where the first level of formation of the idea of I is going to start happening. That means this is the layer of the triune self. Okay. Right? And the first level of combination of I, the doer is now being tested. Whether he is going to pass the test in line with last time's discussion, or he is not going to pass. You are able to relate the picture up to this stage, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Only one yes. We don't know about the others. Right. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay. Because if this is clear to you, your higher self is somewhere in the 11th dimension. You are sitting in the third dimension. What are all the things that could come in between? Right? You'll need to visualize that. Let's go to the sixth. What is in the sixth dimension? This holds the templates for the DNA patterns of all types of species. It is not only human species. All the species that are going to occupy the universe of one galaxy, of one planet, that is planet Earth. Okay? It's also where light languages are stored. The communication mechanisms are stored. It is made up of mostly color and tone. The languages at the earth level could be far many, but here it is more feeling. So how are you connecting with your higher source? Through Babaji's meditation is telling us, right? Chapter 1. Chapter 1.
Centering the heart.
Feeling.
Centering in the heart. Heart is the point where that emotion, that tone, that color gives the vastness. but you are not yet come to that creation stage. Here you are setting the definitions of where all those flavors, etc., are going to be emanating from. Okay. It is the dimension where consciousness creates through thought. And one of the places where you work during sleep. That means you also connect astrally. These are all the specs, specifications here, not the manufacturing, not the implementation. These are all the detailed specs. What was envisioned is now being broken down into the, it's like the business problem broken down into unit level interconnection. Okay. Then it is the dimension where, okay, a difficult one to experience as you are not in a body. You are not yet in a body. You have the templates, you have all of that, but you have not put them together, whether it is going to be physical or abstract. You have not yet put that together. It will be manufactured only if it is essential. You decide, right? So when you are operating sixth dimensionally, you are more of an alive thought. It is project approval is not yet done. Project specification, everything has been created. It is to be now approved, right? Are you with me? Approved for going into production. But it is not approved. It is all, everything is ready. Okay. You create through your consciousness. So the actual manifestation is through the path of what they call consciousness. But you don't necessarily have a vehicle for that consciousness. In other words, you may not have budgets, you may not have the requisite equipment, you may not be having the other details that go into creating that, or maybe the environment where you want to launch it is not yet ready. There could be so many things, right? Okay, so far you have been able to get the clear picture. You are coming downwards. You are traveling downwards towards the earth. Okay, now let's go to the next lower dimension, the fifth dimension. Yeah, or there seems to be a question. Yes, sir, right. Okay, now we are coming to the fifth dimension. The fifth dimension is where you are completely spiritually oriented. That means you are in the form of energy, which is nothing but spirit. And from spirit is created the emotional body, the mental body, the physical body. From the energy breakup, that is broken down into three kinds of energies. Okay, that will happen. You will come to realize that. Wait. Many of you have come from this plane to be light workers. You are as good as masters, but to the extent of managing some of the initiatives which is bearing the load of the progression in the universe. Your KRA is that of increasing the span of the light available for the people at the ground level, in which you are aware of yourself. You know who you are. You are a master and a multi-dimensional being. Are you with me so far? Okay. Now, beyond this, we are now going into the third and fourth. Now, in order to ensure that the lessons are properly understood, what are you doing? You are now creating the game, because now you are almost come to the physical earth. the physical state. You are creating a game of duality, love and hate. Everything will have two perspectives. Why? Because the original design is for you to learn everything. That means you know what is it that will take you towards where you have to be in line with the corporate structure, and what you should not do also, you should be in the know-how. Okay, right? So you are both in the physical domain and the astral domain. Both are there. Okay. So what is that? A physical body exists in the third dimension, and physical body is based on matter. Okay. The astral. The fourth dimension is what is called the astral plane, based on emotions. Where is this coming from? The spirit is broken down. Are you with me? Okay. Dominated by the game of separation. These are the dimensions where game of separation is carried out. I have, I don't have. So that the emotional trigger, the multiple colors of the emotions, etc., can be experienced. Okay. These are the only dimensions in which illusion of good and evil can be maintained. Beyond this starts the culmination of the good and bad into one type of complete energy. So it is becoming a wave there. Here you are observing that and then dividing it into two. Right? Then in which you can feel separated from spirit and from each other. That means you will start feeling emotional body is separate, physical body is separate, mental body is separate. The structure for this you have is the Panchakoshas. Okay, right? What is consciousness in these areas? Vibrating at a level of, currently the consciousness level in the universe is at a mid-astral plane. This is not really relevant for us. Basically, right? So, the structure is 12-dimensional, where we have got three layers. We have seen the three layers, like this one is, and 2 and 1 is in terms of unidimensional and direction and all that. So we will not spend time on that. Have you understood the dimensional structure of the organization? We need to understand this properly. Now, please shoot your questions. I want some questions.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
To understand these dimensions, can you tell us who are in the 12th dimension as a being? Who are the being there? How we can understand 12th dimension in that?
Okay.
For example, means.
No, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. That's not so difficult. One second. Okay.
Sir, one more question is also there. Is Paramatma 12th dimension? Can you can you also tell in the dimensions which you told little bit about
Lokas and which
our
See,
the way
the problem is each language, the explanation could take you to a misleading state. Okay. I can do it, but tomorrow no one should come back and say, no, last time you said this time you are saying this. Because, right, if you read the interpretation of the Vedas by Shankar Gaudapada. Who is Shankar Gaudapada? Everyone knows, right? He is Shankaracharya's guru. The way Shankar Gaudapada interpreted the Vedas and brought some of the Upanishads is going to be different from the same Vedas being interpreted by Shankaracharya, right? Is going to be different from the other writers or other rishis who have done that. So when we take one language and try to add it to another, there could be a little bit of a overlapping mistake that we create, but I will still try. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
First, right? Source of all that is like the 12th dimension. And higher self is the first breakaway from the source of all that is. That means 11th and 10th dimension. That is the first breakaway from, but there is no actual difference in terms of the
All that is.
qualities. There are no missing. But these are people out of the source, the first group has come. This higher self then gets broken down in the 9th and 8th dimension, where that group consciousness, etc. comes up. Okay. Now, they have those, but they still represent the higher self. He has introduced another parameter by name overself or oversoul. So if I take Paramatma, Paramatma belongs to this. Okay? Aham Brahmasmi belongs to this. Okay? Paramatma, the Purnatma, not Paramatma, Purnatma and Paramatma. Purnatma also is the oversoul in this classification. Okay? That means individual management also is with him, group management also is there with him. So in our structure, we may say this is part of the Pitruloka. There is one Pitru for the entire clan, like your Gotram and all that. Are you with me? Okay. Now, oversoul is the individual experience that you are going to build up multiple lifetimes. Your 35 lessons will start from here. Because 35 lessons belong to this planet. These people may be managing a number of galaxies. We saw that classification, right? When it comes to the 9th, you've got multiple akashas and the stars, then planets and all those systems. Right? So that is managed from the higher self level. The higher self that we are referring to in our unified meditation is higher self playing the role of an overself. Have you understood? Yeah. Is that clear what I explained? Are you able to do the mapping? What is Purnatma? Right? What is Purnatma? I think there is Patriji's lecture also. What is Purnatma and Jivatma? You are over self. That means if I go back to taking a picture to explain this, yes, this is Purnatma. This is Amshatma, life 1, life 2, life 3, life 4, life 5, life 6, life 7, life 8, and so on. Is
It's in the
the
10th dimension, right?
yeah, this is in the no, it is in the, it can be in the 10th, 11th, and 12th anywhere.
Okay.
But predominantly in the top management structure. Purnatma is the one at the individual over soul level. Clear? Now, next session, we will go into the details of what is the composition of each of these dimensions and how the particles of those dimensions have been brought down into this physical body. But that is like an Oracle ERP. All licenses are in the engine only. But you have to take individual component of those engine and activate it through licensing. Activate it through your experience in life. Activate it through the lessons that we take. Got the picture?
Yes, sir.
Probably I expect that from tomorrow onwards or from today onwards, your chapter 4 will be a lot more clearer. This is very, very interesting. If you start going into the depth of it, you'll become like me. Can't sleep, can't eat, nothing is required. This itself is so inquisitive. So, is this helpful?
Yes, sir. Masters, please answer.
I give you 3 options: yes, no, or all right. There are only 3.
Yes,
You can
yes,
choose.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So, sir, one more question is,
Yes.
where can we find, what book are you referring to get all this information?
You will be shocked with my answer. Don't get upset. This is out of about close to 30-35 books.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
This would be like something like your research.
Predominantly light body.
Okay.
Okay. And then researching on the net in line with the other books, because wherever I don't understand, I can't answer questions, right? So I have to prepare that also. I have to first understand and visualize. I have to play the role of the higher self, top management, and then come down to ground reality while experiencing them. So this has come out of Thinking and Destiny. It has come out of What is Light Body. It has come out of Transform to Light Body. It has come out of Your Soul Contract Decoded. It has come out of Ascension, the book by Serapis. It has come out of Geometric Shapes. There are so many of these books in terms of framing this entire picture in my mind. I have a different approach to reading also. If I say soul contract, I have to read 12 books on the soul contract. And why 12 books, you may ask? Why not 13? Why not 14? 12 mutually exclusive books or exclusive authors who have perceived that means there are 12 windows through which I look at a concept. Why 12? I was reading a book on photography because all the inputs that I am getting is through my eyes. I am framing a picture in my mind. While I am reading, I am framing a picture in my mind. All of us do that, correct?
Right.
So the vision that I had was, somewhere when I was reading, I saw a sentence. In a motion picture, if 2 frames have the content which are not differing from each other by 30 degrees, then the eye recognizes it not as a 3D but as a 2D. That means it becomes a still picture. So, if I have to perceive a view which is broken down into a component of a 360, right? That means one frame is giving me only 30 degrees.
Right.
From that I extended. If I have to know 360 degrees, how many frames do I require? 12. Right? Then I tried. Then I saw the universe has broken down this into 12. Everything that I studied, that 12 became a very important parameter. Then I said, okay, this model seems to be the framework that I will follow. That is how, for every book, for me to get a 360-degree perspective, there have to be 12 distinct viewpoints. And then what we studied in engineering, network analysis and network synthesis. In analysis, you are breaking it down. In synthesis, you are putting it together. So you have a 360-degree model. So it has come from a bare minimum of 12 books, but totally around 30 books have gone into creating this. Yeah, next question. These questions are easy to answer. If you don't ask me difficult questions, such questions are very easy to answer. Yeah. And then every line you are reading, try to experience it. Experience by first visualizing, and there is a theme that is having a smooth flow. Then you can talk about it. Yeah. What else?
So, unified is the only way to experience your higher self.
Can you repeat that? I missed.
Unified is the only way to experience your higher self, or can you also do it through Anapanasati?
Anapanasati also, but then in simple terms, you are energy. Okay. Where does energy flow?
And let's see.
Right? If your energy is flowing in the right direction, where will energy flow? Where attention goes, energy flows. Right? And then higher self is not a separate entity, but it is you. It is Chandra Modali who has got the full picture for Chandra Modali. So for Shravanti, it is Shravanti who has been through these multiple lifetimes. All its wisdom and experience is sitting there, and it is a direct derivative of oneness. Are you clear now?
Yeah.
So, if you focus on yourself, you will understand. How can you do it? By focusing on yourself from the center of the heart. That means you are letting your ego mind, I am vice president, company so and so, I am the mother, I am the daughter, I am so and so. All these roles are individual manifestation of the Shravanti. Why? Because Shravanti has to undergo the experience of all these parameters that she has chosen. Where is the knowledge? The knowledge is sitting with the storehouse. The storehouse, we read about the storehouse, right? All the languages, shapes, everything. The colors, the tones are in the ninth dimension.
Right.
Right? Those are all part of your over self, right? You have broken it down into 12 divisions. Are you clear? So, even your lessons in terms of experience is broken down, and part of it is sitting everywhere. You have to put by experience. What are you doing? You are doing synthesis. Class 10, whatever you studied, was it useful when you are doing your degree education?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Yes, sir.
What you learned in the first year was useful in the second year.
Yes.
right? By that time, what happened? You had Sajjana Sangatya with so many classmates. Their viewpoints also integrated and became part of the 12 that I am talking of.
Right.
Right? So that is how this entire progression of the universe also takes place. And without the physical body, you cannot get the complete experience.
Right.
So that is how all of them are integrated. Good question in terms of is unified. Unified is a beautiful framework if you understand what it is. That is why Kirti, when we were doing a part of the book club of this concept, she said, "Sir, please use this and educate us for unified." So she is the mother of all these learnings.
Thank you, Kirti.
And yeah,
Thank
thank
you,
you,
sir.
Kirti, ma'am. That is the right word.
Yeah, thank you, Kirti ma'am.
Now look at her humility. Huh? If I use the Telugu word, humility parakasta cherin. She says, no, sir. And when we start reading such books, the universe has its own way of our understanding and how it gives it to us. Most of these books have come to me in my dreams. That means there is some master saying, put this together and deliver. Now, who is that master? One day it may be Patriji, the other day it might be Mahavatar Baba, the third day it might be my own. But everything is going to come to me in this physical body through over self. Based on the explanation I have given so far, can you relate why I am making that statement? Think of the structure that I explained. You are broken away from where?
Yeah, higher self.
From your higher self. Very good. Now, higher self is the embodiment of the divine virtues,
Yeah.
but forgot how to maintain or purposefully forgot so that it can get better experience. So he sent you a portion of himself into this world.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. So now see how beautifully the whole thing is integrated. Now tell me, do you need to focus on your higher self to get the experience?
Yes.
Thank you. Kirti's objective is achieved. QED Kirti. Quadrate demonstrandum. Because if you gave me a theorem, I gave you the proof of it. Yeah.
Thank you.
See how beautifully the whole thing is integrating, correct?
Right.
Now, each of you draw your theme for your meditation before going to sleep because you have a format, a template of what is sitting where. Whenever you are encountering a challenge, one of the difficulty from that dimension is clouding. Hence, that light that is coming from that dimension is getting blocked somewhere. And some of you have done this unified earlier.
Yes.
Very good. What is there in chapter 5?
Fine. Connecting with the higher self, I think.
Actually asking deeper questions to the higher self in terms of unwanted or
Unwanted.
unwanted influences. You ask a
Yes.
question, you will get the answer also. Right?
Yes.
For that, if there is a blockage in one of these layers, even a wee bit negligible, like they say, it is as large as a mustard seed. will it play a role in blocking the light to some extent?
Yes.
Now you know how to manage it.
By meditation.
Now, when you are meditating, you should be at that level where that light is passing through. All the blockages in terms of thoughts, in terms of feelings, in terms of unwanted influences are all buried. Yes,
Yes.
that is the power of unified, which has been given to us on a platter by Mahavatar Baba through Lanphier. Roger Lanphier, right? That's the name, I think.
Yes, sir. Roger G.
Yes, sir.
Lanphier.
Yeah. See, he has included G also in his name. Not the English G, but the Hindi G now. Right? So this is what I had prepared for today for want of time. If you give me another 2 hours, I will take you through a bigger ocean because I have this dirty habit of addiction to the mic. Is it clear? Once again,
Yes, sir.
hope it is helping you.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Yeah, like I think we have at least like few, the image of higher self and who is higher self, from where it come from, or all these questions are answered. Like we were thinking higher self means like we were, I mean like
The
not
higher
sure.
self is somebody else, not me. That was the
Okay.
image. I could sense that. Most of the questions that I have been hearing in all the sessions is higher self is somebody, I am somebody. Don't blame me, Kirti. Tomorrow you will say, sir, because of you, I didn't sleep. Okay. No way. Thank you. That gives me a lot of courage. Do you know I've been sitting in front of my computer for the last 4.5 hours. Because I had another class on spiritual tablets. I finished it. I've come here. Yeah. So now you see the beauty of this entire concept. You started later, but you are ahead of the main branch. Your corporate headquarters have still to hold all this in so much detail.
Yeah, it's all your you know support.
Which one?
I mean like we all wanted a class and you were like, ready to share your wisdom with us. So,
I know. It's an experience. See, I love these kind of sessions for the simple reason that the question broadens my understanding. I'm attending with a selfish motive. Don't think I have come here to deliver services. No. I want to understand more. So the only way I can is if you people understand.
yeah, I mean, like, yes, questions
So
arise, then we will dig into them.
questions have to arise. Otherwise, we will never understand.
Yes.
So any
Thank you.
other question? No other question is good news for me.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time and
Thank you. Ah.
Masters, anybody have any questions?
Please ask me. Please.
I will go through the video once again and come up with more questions. Sir.
Definitely.
One
Come.
listening for one time is not enough. We have to go through it multiple times to sink in.
Yeah, yeah. You should. And also these books are posted in the Mahavatar Baba headquarters. Okay. So if somebody is a member there, you can just pull it out.
I think no one is a member from the group.
So you are also not there?
No, sir.
I think Kirti has actually set up a.
Oh, the main unified main group. You mean?
That is what, that is corporate headquarters, no?
I understand, sir. Yes, delivered.
Yeah. No, she has sent the link to the Google Drive. In
Yes, yes.
which, see, there are also bits and pieces of Mr. Seth who has come into this through Jane Roberts.
Yeah, like in the afternoon only I have seen the message. Yeah, I'll post that message in our group also.
Yeah. No, in someone asked, no, sir, how many books, which book did you take it from? Even Mr. Seth is there. Then Sai Baba's Charitra is there. Right. A lot of books have contributed to this understanding. Many masters.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So bye, good night to all.
Thank you,
They
masters. Thank you
meditate
for
well
joining.
and benefit from it.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.